Speed learning like a CIA spy might sound like something straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, but the reality is a blend of clever tactics, disciplined habits, and a dash of creative thinking. Imagine a stickman with a determined look, trench coat flapping in the wind, and a magnifying glass in hand, ready to unlock the secrets of learning at lightning speed. So how do the world's best spies absorb vast amounts of information and recall it under pressure? Let's embark on this secret mission together, unveiling the covert strategies of rapid learning, no classified clearance required. First, let's talk about the mindset. The stickman spy knows that attitude is everything. Spies don't shy away from challenges. They treat every new piece of information as a valuable clue, not an obstacle. To speed learn like a CIA operative, start by adopting a growth mindset. Instead of thinking, I can't learn this, the stickman agent thinks, I haven't learned this yet. This simple shift unlocks your brain's potential and primes it to absorb new knowledge faster and more efficiently. Our stickman spy always starts with a mission objective. Before diving into a sea of data, ask yourself, what exactly do I need to know? Be specific, whether it's learning a new language, mastering a technical skill, or memorizing important facts. Define your target. This helps focus your attention and prevents you from getting lost in irrelevant details. Picture the stickman drawing a big circle around the main goal, blocking out all distractions with a sweep of his hand. The next secret weapon is chunking. CIA agents don't try to memorize every detail at once. Instead, they break information into smaller, manageable pieces. For example, if you're learning a language, focus on common phrases first, then move on to grammar and vocabulary. The stickman spy arranges pieces of a puzzle, connecting them bit by bit until the bigger picture becomes clear. By grouping related information, you make it easier for your brain to store and retrieve what you've learned. Now let's bring in the power of visualization. Spies are trained to create mental images that help them remember complex data. Our stickman closes his eyes and imagines a vivid scene, a map, a sequence of actions, or a story that connects the facts. The brain loves stories and pictures. When you turn information into images or link it to familiar experiences, recall becomes a breeze. Try drawing simple diagrams, mind maps, or even silly stick figures to represent key concepts. The more unusual the image, the more likely you are to remember it. Next on the list is active recall. Imagine our stickman with a stack of flashcards, quizzing himself on the go. Instead of passively reviewing notes, challenge yourself to retrieve information without looking at your materials. Practicing recall strengthens your memory and highlights gaps in your understanding. Use questions, self-tests, or teach someone else what you've learned. The stickman stands on a soapbox, enthusiastically explaining the concept to an invisible audience. If you can teach it, you truly know it. Spies are masters of spaced repetition. They don't cram all their learning into one marathon session. Instead, they review material at increasing intervals. Over time, the stickman sets reminders on his minimalist watch, coming back to review yesterday's lesson, then again in a few days, then a week later. Each review strengthens the neural pathways in your brain, making the information stick for good. There are plenty of apps and tools to help you automate this process, but a simple calendar and a bit of discipline work just as well. CIA operatives know the importance of context and environment. Our stickman agent chooses his learning spot wisely, quiet, uncluttered, and free of distractions. He keeps his tools at the ready, a sharp pencil, a clean notebook, and a strong cup of coffee, or maybe just a doodle of one. He minimizes interruptions, knowing that every break in focus slows down his learning. If he needs to remember a list, he moves around the room, associating each item with a specific location, a trick called the memory palace. By anchoring information to physical spaces, he makes it easier to retrieve under pressure. Let's not forget the power of questions. Spies are naturally curious. Instead of memorizing facts blindly, our Stickman agent asks why and how. Why does this work? How does this connect to what I already know? By digging deeper, he uncovers patterns and principles, making the knowledge more meaningful and easier to remember. He scribbles arrows, connecting ideas, drawing lines between concepts that seemed unrelated. The more connections you make, the faster you'll learn. Speed learning isn't just about cramming faster, it's about learning smarter. The Stickman agent knows the value of rest and reflection. After an intense study session, he takes a break. Maybe he goes for a walk, stretches, or just lies back and lets his mind wander. During these quiet moments, the brain consolidates what it's learned, filing it away for future use. Sleep is another key tool in the spy's arsenal. During deep sleep, your brain strengthens memories and makes connections you didn't even realize were there. Let's talk about mistake management. Spies don't fear failure. They learn from every misstep. When the Stickman agent gets something wrong, he celebrates. Each error is a clue pointing to what needs more work. He keeps a positive attitude, knowing that every mistake is a step closer to mastery. Don't be afraid to get things wrong. The Stickman gives a thumbs up, smiling at each red X on his practice sheet. Finally, speed learning is a team effort. Even the best spies rely on allies. The Stickman agent joins a study group, exchanges ideas with friends, and asks questions when he's stuck. Teaching, discussing, and debating with others accelerates your understanding and exposes you to different perspectives. The Stickman draws a circle of stick friends, each sharing a piece of the puzzle. So, to sum up, speed learning like a CIA spy is about more than secret gadgets and dark sunglasses. It's about mindset, focus, and the clever use of proven strategies. Define your mission, break information into chunks, visualize, recall actively, space your reviews, create context, ask questions, embrace mistakes, and collaborate. Add a touch of humor and curiosity, and you'll be learning faster than you ever thought possible. So, channel your inner Stickman spy, adjust your invisible tie, and dive into your next learning mission with confidence. The secrets of speed learning are now yours. Use them wisely.